Hi friends. You know, I spent most of this month doing daily vlogs for Vlogmas, and now I'm doing a sort of regular type video, and my brain's just like, what do we do? My name is Julia, also known as Julicious here on FlossTube, also the designer behind Knitney Knits and Needlework. My pronouns are they, them, and it is Thursday, December 28th, and it is a gray, drizzly day here in southeastern Pennsylvania. We had a lot of rain overnight. I think the plains got slammed with some snow over the holidays, and as that system drifted eastward, things warmed up and it just turned into rain. I'm not really complaining. I am not looking forward to snow. We are here today for a WIP parade. There are a couple of WIPs from last year that are no longer with us because I just decided I don't love them enough to keep going on them. Dracula's Confession will be going to a new home. Probably just the chart because I want to see if I can salvage a fabric. And Houses of Hakron Hollow, unfortunately. I really bit off more than I could chew with that one, just in terms of all of the changes that I was planning, and it really just felt like it's not really, it just, every time I looked at it, I would just go, oh, and that's not what you want to do with your hobby, right? So that's going to get rehomed. I may send the fabric with it, but it really depends because it's 25 count that I was planning to stitch over one. So we'll see. Other than that, I got some great finishes this year. If you go back into my my Vlogmas posts, I think one of the last ones I did a little finish parade at the end, so you'll get to see the Faya Naga, which is probably between it's between Faya Naga and the Voyage Home. I think those are the two I'm most satisfied with. So let's get into the WIP parade. I have no idea how many are here, although less than there were. Let's show, I'm gonna show you my big Mamba Jamba first because I'm just so happy with it. It's the Gamer. I got this kit from Gecko Rouge. The art is from an artist who goes by Medusa Dollmaker. I believe that Medusa Dollmaker is selling PDF copies of her art that has been charted for cross stitch. So if I were gonna be starting this project this year, I would purchase from the artist directly, but I did not have the option to do that 7 years ago. So anyway, just putting that out there. I am stitching this on 25 count Lugana 1/1 full cross, and this is the year, 2023 is the year that I finished the top row of pages. That was satisfying. So this is going to be, in theory, I want this to be a 25/7 project this year. because I really want to get it done before I die. And I'm also starting another full coverage project this year. And I don't know why I feel weird about that, because that's going to bring me to a grand total of 3 full coverage projects. So, anyway, so that's where she is. I'm happy about it. That's the starting point. I would love to get 2 page finishes this year. I don't know if that's going to happen, because I'm going in to 2024 in terms, I'm going into 2024 with the understanding, the deal I made for myself is that I'm not pressuring I'm putting 0 pressure on myself regarding my hobbies. 0. If something with WIP Go or Year of WIPs or Full Coverage Fanatics starts making me feel antsy, I'm just going to step back. And I'll come back to it if I feel it. And that's okay. Protect your mental health, folks. So, yeah, that is WIP number 1. I'm going to put you right down there in the basket. That's there temporarily because the basket is actually for gardening. There's no gardening going on in late December right now. WIP number 2 is a bunch of projects in a trench coat. It's my Bird Crush Club from Lindy Stitches that is gonna turn 3 this year. Here are some that I've been working on, currently stitching on the lazuli bunting. And I think, no, I have not started the Eastern Meadowlark yet, but I think that's gonna be soon. I am stitching this on 1 piece of fabric. Why? Why not? 40 count, this is lamb's wool from XJU Designs. It's lovely to stitch on. Stitching it 1/2, and for the blended threads, it's been working out really well for me to just do one color, one leg of the cross stitch, and the other color, the other leg of the cross stitch. I have a total of 3 birds totally finished. So I'm stitching this as 4 rows of 3, and then it will probably be a wall hanging. This is on my WIP Go board for next year. I've got finish the ducks on 1, I've got finish the lazuli bunting on another, and start the 6th bird on the other. So this is going into long-term planning, but I'm not mad at it. If I had it to do over again, I would have chosen, I still would have gone with a neutral fabric. I would have chosen something just a little bit darker. Because the whites don't show up as well as I would like. But it's fine. It's totally okay. So that is the Bird Crush Club. Steph of Lindy Stitches is doing a new animal club this coming year that I am going to live vicariously through other people. She's doing the Endangered Species Club. And I know that sounds very much like something that I would jump into with both feet, but I just can't right now. So if you're doing the Endangered Species Club, let me know, because I will follow you on social media and look at all your progress and say lovely things about it. I think there are 2 projects in here. Oh, this project bag, I actually bought it's a special edition I actually bought with the Bird Crush Club. The 805 Stitcher released these bags specifically for Steph. It's really well made. It's got a vinyl cover so you can see what's going on inside, and this fabric is really fun. And then this project bag was made by Olivia B of Hillside Rookery, and she was selling them. I think this is some Blackbird designed fabric, but she was selling them and I managed to snag one, and it's so beautiful. It's the lining fabric. What do I have in here? Just one. Oh, I bet the other one. Oh, that's gonna be a, okay. All of my threads spilled out of their little container. This is Blackbird Designs Away We Ride, which I hope to make a lot of progress on this year. It is also a WIP Go stitch. No pressure. But I really love, I love sitting down with this. I'm enjoying every stitch. And I know the border looks really daunting. It's not that bad. But I have been told, I think down around here, it's one of the lower corners. You can't go on autopilot with this border. You have to pay attention and make sure that you're counting, because I think there's one extra stitch coming around one of the corners. And I have been informed by people who have been burned by this to pay extra attention. This is being stitched on 40 count white tee linen by Color and Cotton, and I am stitching these using Vicki Clayton's silks. She has a silk pack for this pattern. I think it's turning out beautifully. If you've never stitched with HDF silks, believe the hype. Believe the hype. They are gorgeous to work with. So that's where we are. I'm looking forward to spending more time with this in 2024. Putting everything away in between because it set myself up for success. And I will deal with all of those spools of silk that have fallen out of their bag. I'll deal with that later. That's going to be future Julia's problem. Next one. This is an out of print dimensions kit called Going to Market. And I was inspired to track this down by Steph of Lindy Stitches and by Michelle Bendy of Bendy Stitches, because oh, it's so great. This so I'm using all of everything that came in the kit, and so it's 14 count Aida. I think it's DMC thread. And here is where I am. So the plan is to give this some quality time this year. I know there's a companion piece to this one. I think it's in more like yellowy, orangey, like I want to say citrus tones, but I don't know what the name is, and I don't know where one would find it. Hi, Elijah. My cat came to say hi. Next, we have Pumpkins 3 by Lottie Da. Abby Bella Stitch made me buy this. I am stitching this on a 36 count fabric. from XJU Designs. It's called Spicy Carrot. It's gorgeous, and I am using, what am I using? What are you using, Julia? I'm using Stitchy Box Flower Silk in Bat Orchid. Isn't it perfect? I think I might have made a mistake and have to rip out all of the pumpkin stem here, but you know what? That's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. It's not that much to frog. No worries. Starting to lose its smell. I love XJU Design fabrics. If I lived in Europe, I would probably stitch mostly on XJU Design fabrics, but I don't. I live here, so XJU Design linen is a treat. This one has some mistakes too, unfortunately. But I think this one might have to just be fudged because I'm stitching it on a 56 count. This is Beggar's Night by Threadwork Primitives. I just really love it, and it's turning out so cute on this 56 count linen. Look how tiny. I'm just using one strand of the called for DMC, and it's looking good. I do definitely need the old magnifier for it. And that's okay. And look how much room I'm going to have for other projects. So I don't think I've got the skills to do over one on 56 count, but I might try anyway because I'm like that. Next, this is Halloween Fairy by Mirabilia. It is a kit. I am calling this my Emily Fairy because for some reason I associate this project with Emily of Eclectic Possessions, and kind of in honor of her, I'm stitching it on Picture This Plus Murky instead of the plain linen, just because, well, it looks great. I'm getting a piece of floss out of the way. I plan to finish this in 2024. The first thing I have to do is frog all of these leaves because they're up by one stitch and you can really tell. And I'm too type A for that. I'm not type A at all, but it's bothering me. But yeah, this will be finished this year. I did her skin 1/1 because I really like the way it looks. It was painful. I've done my Autumn in My Garden, my first Mira. I did her skin 1/1, but really that was just her face because that was the only bit of exposed skin on that piece. And I loved how it turned out, but it was painful to do with this fairy. And I'm not quite sure why, but so there we are. Did I say 32 count linen? It's 32 count. Okay. And then this is Baba Yaga sampler by the Thread Sewer on Etsy. I got a little over halfway done. So this is being stitched 1/1 on 28 count Jobelin in a variegated DMC that I didn't write down. So that's coming along really well. I don't know that I'll finish it this year, but I do plan to get some good progress on it. Maybe next year. Okay. And then I think these are my last two, guys. I don't. In 2023, I did not allow myself any new starts. I fell off the wagon when I stitched the memorial piece I designed for Sinead O'Connor, and then I stitched a bunch of models that I designed. Now, a few people have told me that I'm still okay because models are business. Models are not, model stitches don't count. I don't know. What do you think? So my goal on this one for this year, this is Quick Stitch Iris from Heaven and Earth Designs. I think I'm stitching this on 28 count Lugana over 1, I think. I would love to finish this page this year. I bought this, Sarah, Stitch and Mommy, had been stitching this, and I loved watching her stitch it, and the art reminds me of a dear friend. So I think of them when I stitch on this, and maybe it will be a gift when it is finished. And then my last WIP, which I had been hoping to finish this year, but I didn't. This is Starry Night Sampler by the City Stitcher. Oh, who enabled me? This was, because, whose fault is this? Olivia B, Emily C, and Diana. It is Kismet Stitches. They made me do it. And Olivia B was working on hers when Tom Petty died, and so she turned it into a memorial piece. She changed the name from Eleanor York to Tom Petty, and she charted, instead of just the A to Z alphabet, she changed it to a song lyric, and that inspired me because stars. That inspired me to do mine as a tribute to astronomer, freethinker Carl Sagan. So I will conquer 4-sided stitches this year and stitch Carl Sagan in here, but I am stitching, instead of the A to Z, a favorite quote of mine, I don't want to believe, I want to know, and then his birth and death date. And this is being stitched, oh my gosh, I think this is a color in cotton. Nightshade? Maybe? Holy crap, I don't remember. It's a color in cotton. 36 count. That much I know. So, and I also am switching the colors up. Some of it is the called for DMC, and some of it is just some color and cotton flosses that I thought looked better, or that I liked. So I have broken this up into several chunks on my WIP Go board, And the plan's to get this done. And that's what I have. Those are my WIPs. This is under half an hour. I do have some plans to start some new things, but I'm trying to keep it to a dull roar. I'm going to make a plans video at some point. I might, I don't know. We'll see we'll see how I'm feeling. I can show you my first New Year's New Start because it's right here, because I have it all kitted up and ready to go right here. Like, it's near my stitching chair. And the fact that I have not started it yet is a testament to how stubborn I am. For Hanukkah, Josh got me Station House Primitives Piroi animal crackers, and I've loved this guy for years. Not only did Josh get me the pattern, he got me all the flosses, and he was so sweet. I knew he was shopping for something stitching because he came up and he said, "Remind me which thread company sucks." He knows I don't use Weeks Dye Works. But Piroi is charted all in, it's got one classic colorworks and then they're all gentle art. So, and then I rifled through my stash and I had a big piece of 36 count XJU designed linen that I cut down. This is gold sand. And I chose this, I don't remember where I got this needle minder. It's this tiny little glass ladybug, and it's got a hole that goes through its mouth and comes out its bum, and that's where your needle lives. So I really want to start it. I'm not going to. Really want to start it. So that's what I got, folks. I have been really enjoying watching everybody's Vlogmas. I say that having only watched like 4 people. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Crafty Gaming Jamie and all of her Christmas stitching. And every year I hang out with Pam Reed of Pam's Crafty Corner. She feels like an old friend. And who else? Olivia B did some vlog compilations. She's the only one of those 3 that I've actually met in person. So who else did I? Okay, that's all the Vlogmas I watched, but it gets a little overwhelming. So maybe I'll add some more next year. And yeah, so that's what I got, folks. I'll look for a plans video maybe at some point, or I might decide not to do one because I don't want to. Well, no, I will do one. I'll go over my WIP Go plans and show you a couple of things that I really would like to start this year. And we'll see what happens, okay? Happy New Year, folks. Take good care. Peace. Later that day, I'm in the middle of editing my WIP Parade, and I realized I forgot a WIP. This is Maggie the Messmaker. It's by Dimensions Gold Collection. There's a lot of glare, but I think you get the idea. This is stitched on an 18 count Aida. I have anxiety about this WIP because I think I might have made a pretty significant counting error when I was laying in my foundational colors. And so I don't quite know how to deal with it. I'm still working on the first page, and we're just gonna go with it. We're just, if it's unfixable, it's unfixable, and we're just gonna roll with it. So I think I know I put this on my WIP Go board. I just don't remember what I said I was gonna do. I think maybe 1,000 stitches. But yeah, that's where we are. It's looking okay. Yeah, so that's it. Back to your regularly scheduled whatever. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.